Yes, come in, please, have a seat. What's your name?
You should answer the officer's question by stating your name. For example, I am An Ming Shuang, or I'm Nikos Stavropoulos, or my name is Selim Gandapur.
Great, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Mrs. Mendoza, and I'll be conducting your interview today. When I came to work this morning, it was beautiful outside. Is it still nice out?
You could say something like, yes, the sun's shining and there's a nice breeze. Or, yes, it is. Or, it got a little cloudier, but at least it isn't raining.
Did you drive here today?
You could say something like, yes, I did. Or, I took the bus. Or, actually, I walked. I live just 2 blocks away.
Have you been nervous about this interview?
You could say something like, I guess I've been a little nervous. Or, yes, I hope I do well. Or, yes, but I've been studying a lot.
It's natural to feel nervous, but don't worry. I'll try to make it as easy for you as possible. Are you ready?
You could say something like, yes, I am. Or, yes, I'm ready. Or, thank you, yes.
I'll be asking you a lot of questions today, and you have to tell the truth. Do you know what that means?
You could say something like, yes, telling the truth means not lying. Or, yes, I understand. I must be honest. Or, yes, I need to be truthful. I cannot tell any lies.
Okay, please stand and raise your right hand. Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You should say something like, I do. Or, yes, I do. Or, yes, I promise.
Okay, please sit down. So let's start with this question. What is your date of birth?
You should reply with your exact birth date. You could say something like 9/6/91. Or, I was born on July 12th, 1984. Or, April 2nd, 1988.
When were you admitted to become a permanent resident of the United States?
You could say something like 3/13/97. Or, I was admitted on June 2nd, 2001. Or, that was on 5/12/98.
In what country were you born?
You could say something like, I was born in the Dominican Republic. Or, I am Indian. Or, I'm from Bulgaria.
What is the date of your most recent marriage?
You could say something like, September 18th, 2004. Or, 6/20/98. Or, I've never been married.
What is the color of your hair?
You could say something like, my hair is brown. Or, it's gray. Or, I have black hair.
During the last 5 years, please tell me each address where you have lived.
You could say something like, I used to live in number 239 at the Weston Towers Apartments, 503 North Hudson Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 73102. Then last year, I moved to a bigger apartment, number 612, in the same building. Or, I have lived in Reno for 8 years now, for the last 2 years at 23 West Liberty Street, and before that at 297 Evans Avenue. Or, I live near the zoo here in Cincinnati at 49 Blair Avenue.
Where have you been employed during the last 5 years?
You could say something like, I have worked as a trainer at Apex Fitness for 3 years now. Before that, I was a temp with WellSource Employment. Or, I worked at S&S Automotive up until 2 years ago when I was laid off. It took me almost a full year to find a job. Now I work downtown for Lenny's Auto. Or, I am a full-time student. I also do some tutoring to make spending money.
During the past 5 years, have you been absent from the U.S. for any period longer than 6 months?
You could say something like, no, I haven't. Or, no, I was away for about 4 months last year, but that was the longest trip. Or, no.
Have you ever been a member of or associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or in any other place?
You could say something like, yes, I am a member of our neighborhood watch group. I also coach my daughter's team in the town soccer league, and I sometimes volunteer at my church. Or, yes, I belong to the Cook County Wildlife Preservation Society. I try to help animals and protect the environment. Or, yes, I am the vice president of our Caribbean Heritage Club. I also belong to a book group at work, and I sing in the local men's chorus.
Okay, have you ever sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics?
You could say something like, no, I have not. Or, no, never. Or, no, I've never been involved with drugs.
Are you prepared to take the oath of allegiance to the United States?
You could say something like, yes, I am. Or, yes. Or, yes, I'm ready to become a citizen.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combatant services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
You could say something like, yes. Or, yes, I would. Or, yes, I am.
Great. Let's move on to reading. Please read this sentence for me.
This sentence says, when is Memorial Day?
Okay, here's another one I'd like you to try reading.
This sentence says, why do we have to pay the government?
And here's another one. Please read this one aloud for me.
This sentence says, when is Labor Day?
Okay, we're going to move on to the writing. Please write this sentence for me. Citizens of the United States have the right to vote. Citizens of the United States have the right to vote.
This sentence should look like this.
Great. Now please write this one. Thanksgiving is in November. Thanksgiving is in November.
This sentence should look like this.
Okay, please write this one for me. California has the most people. California has the most people.
This sentence should look like this.
Okay, now I'd like to see if you could answer some civics questions. The first question is, why does the flag have 50 stars?
A correct answer to this question would be, because there is one star for each state, or because each star represents a state, or because there are 50 states.
What is freedom of religion?
The correct answer to this question is, you can practice any religion or not practice a religion.
What do we show loyalty to when we say the Pledge of Allegiance?
There are two possible answers to this question: the United States or the flag.
Who is one of your state's U.S. senators now?
The correct answer to this question will vary.
The Federalist Papers supported the passage of the U.S. Constitution. Name one of the writers.
A correct answer to this question would be James Madison, Alexander Hamilton, John Jay, or Publius.
There are 4 amendments to the Constitution about who can vote. Describe one of them.
A correct answer to this question would be citizens 18 and older can vote, or you don't have to pay a poll tax to vote, or any citizen can vote. Women and men can vote. Or a male citizen of any race can vote.
What are the 2 major political parties in the United States?
The correct answer to this question is Democratic and Republican.
If the president can no longer serve, who becomes president?
The correct answer to this question is the Vice President.
Why did the colonists fight the British?
A correct answer to this question would be because of high taxes, taxation without representation, because the British Army stayed in their houses, boarding, quartering, or because they didn't have self-government.
What is an amendment?
A correct answer to this question would be a change to the Constitution or an addition to the Constitution.
You obviously worked very hard at memorizing civics facts and learning English. You're going to be a great American citizen. Thanks for coming in today for your interview. Goodbye and good luck.